we have finally reached that point in Revelation where the story becomes revolution. John has built us up, and we are now at the point where we see the great battle of Armageddon. Gog and Magog battle, and fire comes down from heaven, and Satan is bound, and Satan is released, and then there's a great judgment scene with the throne, and the book of life, and the book of death. And John is predicting a revolution, where those who have been over us will finally get thrown down, and we will be over them. Or something like that. Somehow the Spirit pulls John back a little bit from the edge and says there's another story. Because the other story, spoiler alert, is reconciliation. There is a story where the Lamb is sacrificed willingly, giving his life so that all might enter. But what do we make of this book of death and this lake of fire? Is not there eternal punishment for those who are not in the book of life? Well, if you want to believe in a God whose justice is retributive, who will allow someone to suffer forever, well, perhaps. But there are two important things thrown into that lake of fire, along with all those in the book of death. Death and hell. So without death, there is always hope of salvation. And without hell, there's no place for the damned to go. What if the lake of fire is simply the place where those who have a lot of sin to burn off get their sin burned off? And instead of coming into the New Jerusalem, heaven descended to earth. Instead of coming in through the front door, the pearly gates, the lake of fire is simply the back door. Friends, I believe in that God who wants everyone there. That vision of completeness of everyone present by the river that flows from the throne of God is where we are going in this week when we remember the suffering of the Lamb who was willing to be sacrificed so that all might know heaven on earth.